All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And first up, we're going to go through, and if you can all just introduce you want me to do this, Ben, right? Introduce yourselves and what you're doing now. Not like literally now in quarantine, but kind of where you are and where you are in this phase of life. I'll just call you out one at a time based off my screen because it's going to be awkward if you try to talk and don't know. Meg D, you're first.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Doherty. I graduated this year, and I was defender at Maryland. And right now I'm looking to apply to occupational therapy grad school.
Callie.
Hi, everyone. My name's Callie Hartshorn. I just graduated this year. As of right now, I'm actually looking into the Air Force to see if I can get into that right now. So we'll see how that goes.
What?
Wow.
Wow. Whittle.
Hi guys, I'm Megan Whittle. I graduated in 2018. I was an attacker for the Terps, and I'm currently the assistant coach at Stanford in sunny California.
Is that where you are right now?
Yes, I'm living my best life.
Differently than we are.
I'm so happy, guys. You all gotta come to Cali. It's amazing.
Jenny G.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jen Giles. I played midfield at Maryland. I currently live in Ellicott City, Maryland, and I work for Power Solutions, an electrical contracting company.
Nice. Big J.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia Bragg. I graduated in 2019. I'm currently the assistant coach at St. Joe's in Philly with Miss Caroline Steele, and I'm also getting my master's in data analytics.
Ooh. Nadine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nadine Hadnaghi. I graduated in 2017, and I'm currently an assistant coach for Florida.
Nice. Steele.
Hi, everyone. I'm Caroline Steele, and as Julia said, I'm an assistant coach at St. Joe's University in Philly. And yeah, I graduated 2019.
Are you getting your master's in what Big J said she is?
Not quite.
Not yet there yet. All right. Maggie T. Maggie T.
I have really bad reception. Hi guys, I'm Megan. I was a goalie. I graduated in 2019, and now I work at the Naval Academy with the lacrosse team.
Yay. Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor Hench. I graduated in 2018. I was an attacker for the Terps, and now I'm in my third year of grad school for physical therapy.
God, good for you. Morgan.
I'm Morgan Torgler. I was a defender and graduated 2017, and I'm currently at Marriott headquarters in Bethesda doing graphic design.
Ooh, fun. Zoe.
All right, I'll try and unmute myself. Hi, I'm Zoe. I graduated in 2017, and now I'm in my first year of med school at Michigan.
Awesome. Wannen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Caroline Wannen. I graduated in 2017. I played attack. I currently live in Washington, D.C., and I work in accounting for KPMG.
You guys, such an awesome group here, and it's so cool to see you all together. It's crazy that we're heading into Final Four weekend, which would have been this weekend for 2020, and we're recapping where we were 4 years ago to celebrate the 2017 championship weekend. So this group has just come off of a win versus Stony Brook in the quarterfinals, which you guys remember that game. And I'm sure we'll recap some moments from that too as we headed into Final Four weekend up at Gillette Stadium. And I went back today and rewatched the whole 17 championship game. And I just want to say, I don't know if we even knew it then. This team was so awesome. You guys, it was such a fun group to watch all over the field. Defense, we were fast and athletic and aggressive, and offense, we were fast. We scored a ton of goals in transition and just really looked like we had a lot of fun doing it. So I know it was 4 years ago, but it was really fun today to relive, and excited for everyone to kind of get to relive the experience that you guys had this weekend when these games air. So I'm going to start off and ask questions. So Zoe and Nadine, you guys as our captains, what do you think the mindset was of our group head into the Final Four?
I feel like that year, our team was just to have fun. I mean, I think we had fun generally off the field and on the field as well. I think it wasn't like a chore that some years, some schools, some teams that you hear about with your friends, like some years are obviously better than others. But I think this year we were having fun on and off the field. And I think there was just no pressure, no stress. It was just, let's go have fun, be with the people we really enjoy being around. It was just overall good vibes.
Yeah, I have a vivid memory of Kathy crying in the hotel, like at one of the meals during the Final Four weekend, and you just talking about like, kind of like, enjoy this time with your friends, like you're so special, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And I felt like that just like encompassed kind of like our vibe and like our emotion surrounding that weekend was that moment kind of.
Kathy crying. Oh geez. But I remember after we finished the regular season, Zoe and Nadine sitting down with you guys and being like, all right, so our time to lose is over. And it kind of flew by. What were your guys' memories of the regular season? Does anything stand out for you from this 2017 team? And this is for any of you through the regular season that, I don't know, or were fun memories or anything that kind of stood out to you that we went through as a group?
Regular season, preseason, we ran the run test every Tuesday, Thursday for a month and a half straight.
I remember getting on before practice and being like, oh, no.
Literally every single Tuesday, Thursday. It wasn't even like I was stressed anymore. So it was like, all right, it's just another day, another run test.
Oh, I still cried every Tuesday and Thursday.
And I'm getting reminded of so thank you. What other regular season memories?
I remember when I lost my tooth in practice.
Oh yeah.
Just mouth guard in my mouth.
You took my mouth guard and put it in your bloody mouth.
That is still to this day very foul.
One practice in Maryland history that I didn't wear a mouth guard, I got my tooth knocked out. So I learned my lesson.
I remember, was that when we played Carolina in the stadium?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was like an awesome game because we didn't do so well when we played them the year before in the championship.
But also the men played before us, right? And it was like a double overtime game, and it was delayed or something. And we were sitting there for like an hour and a half.
And I didn't open her eyes until like the moment we walked out on the field.
Meg couldn't see out of any
I
of her.
couldn't have her open.
And every day at practice, we were like, my God. And then
that was the worst week ever.
My God.
At one point in practice, Meg T was face down on the turf, just not having it.
And everyone was right? There was something
with Pedialyte.
Yeah, Meg kept Pedialyte saying it was making her eyes.
Hey,
she's like,
whatever it takes.
But I do remember that feeling, Kathy, like kind of thinking like, oh, we're going to lose one of these games. And then all of a sudden it was like, well, we probably shouldn't lose anymore. And then it was NCAA. So it's like, well, we can't lose anymore. And that like we never really thought about it. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, yep, that time is in the past.
Yep. Let's talk about the Stony Brook game. So there was a lot of, I think towards the end of the season, there was a lot of hype going into, that game and the quarterfinals that we hosted at Maryland on the field. And we were down, by 4 or so at one point in the second half. And what were your guys' thoughts? What memories maybe or moments of that game? What was going through your head? Give me the dirt. I know we joked about Big J. Was that your pass, Big J? Zoe? Is it to Zoe?
Yeah, it was Zoe.
Yeah, it was to Zoe. It was
backyard 500.
I had it.
Relive.
Yeah, you got it. It was a good pass.
Definitely we're passing that to Zoe, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that high, Jules.
I don't know who just tried to talk.
I think what I remember the most from that game was just encompassing our season. The 2017 team was sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. Like, I just remember I personally wasn't having a day. I didn't know what to do, when you feel like it's out of control. And Taylor Hench grabbed me and said, get it together. We got this. And I just remember she had a hat trick. I've like, everybody stepped up in their own individual way in a critical moment where we needed it. And that's when I knew that solidified, we're going to win. We're going to win the national championship. No one can stop us because every single person stepped up in the way they needed to in a really scary situation. We've never been down by that much. In my whole career, I'd never been down by that much in a high pressure situation. And everybody came up and stepped up, and Taylor Hench told me to get it together, and we did. And I will never forget that, and just holding each other accountable in a really stressful time. And we didn't lose.
Yeah,
Great.
that's awesome. And Taylor Hench, you did. You you guys all came through in those last, 8 minutes of the game, I think is where we were able to turn it around and take a lead down there, which was awesome. What else? What other memories you guys from that weekend?
I figured once Zoe made that half field shot, I was like, there's no way we can't win.
Right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the buzzer beater sending us into halftime.
Face. I almost hit 3 different people.
Yeah.
You shot from like the 18.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, I remember Jen hit the pipe to get the ball to like
But it was,
shot clock.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, that was amazing. And you were like, I didn't do it on purpose, but it worked out so well.
Planned it.
And I loved Jen's face and energy when she scored on that crease roll. Do you know what I'm talking about? She was behind the cage and came around and scored. Wasn't that it? And then was like, rah! And everyone, yeah.
Every slow-mo video for the rest of the season.
Yep, I love it.
Jen, wasn't this the year of your biker shorts?
Yes.
Yes.
A lot of pictures come up. I was like, wow. No one told me, everyone, I guess, told me how bad it looked, but I didn't realize it until now.
It was a lot.
Let's go forward. We move into championship weekend, and it's hosted at Gillette. What were your thoughts about playing at Gillette Stadium?
Been up to Boston.
You need a lot of fans.
You need a lot of fans. Yep.
Pretty cool. It was cool for our sport to like be able to take on this whole different platform. I thought that was really cool. As like women's lacrosse is the first time we get to play in a football stadium, which was really, really awesome. And I thought, coming that national championship game, I thought our fans did an awesome job of filling up the stadium as much as they could. It was definitely electric in there, and I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah. I just remember Barry going into the semifinal game with Under Armour on. The end of May.
When she got her draw control.
Game winning draw control.
You would probably love to be on here to tell us all about it again, I'm sure. And how did you guys, was it cool being at the same site as the men? Like pretty kind of a cool event that it was a big lax sort of festival up there the whole weekend?
Yep.
I think the support you had from both the men's and women's fans, programs, like they're cheering us on, like going on their bus on the way to the field, but just to get equal exposure as well, being a women's sport. And I think remember the Final Four the year after that was not the same kind of setup. And so I just feel so blessed to have been on a team with you guys to be able to play in an NFL stadium. That's the dream for every little girl. So being, a young gun watching that in Boston Gillette, hoping to be a Terp one day or play in a Final Four, I think that's a huge moment for our sport and just equality. We need more of that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think it was also so cool that our men were in there as well. I feel like it was a bigger to-do that we were both there in the same weekend. Like we went down and cheered them off for their semifinal game, and they were down there sending us off for the championship. So I think that was pretty cool that it was like a full school thing, not just men and women. Like I think it was cooler that it was just like Maryland pride right there.
Yeah. And
we were all in the same hotel and all. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think like as a freshman, like I think that whole trip set a precedent of like, wow, this is like such a culture of like the lacrosse community. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even imagine that's how it could be. And I think that just set a precedent for the next 3 years for my whole experience. But yeah, I was like something I couldn't even imagine. I was actually scared. I was beyond scared.
Yeah, I was going to ask for Meg D and Callie, like what was it like for you guys as a freshman for your first time on the national stage, and one that happens to be an NFL stadium like Gillette, where the men are in the Final Four as well. How was that feeling for you guys as freshmen?
For me, like taking the field for the first time in that situation was exciting, but also like, holy crap, what do I know how to play lacrosse? Like, what am I doing out here? But I think for me, at least, I got the experience the year before to sit on the sidelines and take that all in. So that was kind of nice, like being able to experience the whole like hype about it and everything, but not have to perform on the field, because then like my nerves didn't get to me, versus like my freshman year, like stepping onto the field, I was like, all right, I know how awesome this feels. I know how awesome this can be. Like, let's go out there and take it. And then again, like Zoe and Nadine were saying, like that kind of having each other to lean on, and like the whole like family and good vibe feeling we had going, it was like incredible. And I honestly was more just excited rather than like nervous kind of going in to that Final Four weekend. I thought it was really, really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I absorbed like the whole concept of the Final Four, because I feel like I was just going out there, and I think that's props to the whole team. I mean, Zoe and Nadine made it seem like it was just some other game, like we just had to go out there and play lacrosse. And I think that's what really helped all of us, just to go out there and win, I guess.
Yeah. So let's go now to the national championship game. They're setting up the draw. You're taking in the whole, and it's kind of like a home game for Boston College, right? And there's been a lot of just a lot of excitement, obviously, around the whole weekend in that game. And we're setting up for the opening draw, and there's a violation, and it's Callie's ball. You guys remember that?
No.
Okay. First draw of the game. And I do, because I rewatched it today. Callie's ball, we go down. First play of the game. Does anyone remember what happens?
Callie scored.
10 seconds. So we go down. I think Callie hits, is it Steele? Steele assists it right back to Callie. Callie catches the defender in the back, turns, fires it, Maryland goal. So we're 1-0, 10 seconds
Let's
in.
go, Callie!
I know. What was your guys, like, what was it like at that point in time? What were you feeling? What was your energy like? There's 29 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock in the first half, and Maryland's on the scoreboard 1-0.
I think for me, like I threw it to Zoe, and I didn't know Zoe was going to throw it back to me. So I was like, all right, might as well just shoot it. I don't even know where I am, but let's just shoot it. And it went in. I was like, oh, here we go. Like, this is
I think I was probably thinking that's a lot of time left to run up and down the field. Like, Callie, we're going to need to take some more time off the clock before you score so that I don't have a heart attack. I just remember looking at Jen that whole game, like every run, like, yep, this is where.
Yep.
We were just like holding each other up.
Yeah, like dumping, Allie Bowl, just like dumping water.
Yeah, you two ran a lot of hundreds that game.
Yeah. No, but I think
good thing we ran the run test as much as we did. Zoe and Jenny G were prepared for the national championship.
No, but I actually think the Stony Brook game really helped us in that national championship game. Just obviously we were the first to score, which obviously is a huge like momentum push. But I think with our mindset being like it's not over till the last whistle blows from that Stony Brook game, that was really what allowed us to keep pushing and keeping, a cool, calm, and collected attitude, and just, working hard throughout the whole game.
What else? What do you guys remember from the first half of the championship game?
It was long.
It was so long.
So long.
I remember looking at Big J and being like, my legs are so tired, and we still have 30 more minutes of this.
Yeah.
And they're going to come out even harder. And it was just like, all right, we just got to do it. We just, push through it. But it was the longest first half of my life, I think.
Wasn't it like tied or really close at halftime?
Yeah.
5-5 at half.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it felt like that at all.
No.
I feel like throughout the whole game, I didn't even feel like it was a tie game. Like I don't think in the back of our minds after the Stony Brook game, any of us even thought about a possibility of losing. I think it was just like, all right, let's go do our thing and win.
Wait, so we played BC that year at home, right? And it was like
We won by like 10.
it was like 20 to like 12 or something. Like,
But again, it was like tied halftime, or we were up by 1. It was a very close game.
yeah, I just remember like just hearing like everything and seeing everything about like BC and just being like, but I think we got this. Like, not to be cocky, but I think we got this.
Yeah. And it was
Caroline,
like we.
Oh, yeah, sorry, who's going? Go ahead.
No, you're good. You go.
No.
We're gonna have a standoff.
Yep, I'm moderating. You're discussing.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that I was gonna say that like we had the Stony Brook game where we like were behind the whole time, and we had the Penn State game where I left the screen for a little, but I'm assuming like weren't we up huge during that one? So it was like we had seen it all in the past week driven all the way to Boston, like, whatever, we're ready to rumble. Or did we fly to Boston?
We flew.
We got to drive home.
Drive back. We had to drive home.
Yeah. Clearly it was a blur, but I felt like we had experienced all the spectrum of emotion in that 1 week. And it was like during that game, like Nadine said, it was like we knew we had it in the back of our minds what was going to happen.
I just remember wearing Nadine's size, like 8.5 cleats, and I shoved my bunions in those. All over my knees.
The black cleats with the white socks.
All black.
Oh, no.
Not fashionable. It was not
At the end of the
fashionable.
first half, I ran off and literally thought my one big toe was amputated when I took my shoe off.
Alley ball had a tape on our feet.
Yeah. I mean, looking back at pictures, they're like, they are a full size and a half too big. They're like,
This was, and this is a huge credit to you guys in this year, but this was truly a team where any day anybody could step up. And I think, we saw it different people, even throughout the NCAA tournament. And, this game, Steele, I think you struggled on Friday night of this weekend for Penn State, true?
my mom replayed that game twice since.
For you, but you came out on this in the national championship and you were on fire. And I think Steele's, your energy, your shooting, it was so cool to see. And again, a reflection of this team and the chemistry that you guys all had on the field. That any given day, you guys would step up, support each other, have each other's back, and take it to a whole nother level. And that was awesome. We did go into halftime 5-5. And I will remind you, we missed the goal a lot. We were maybe less, we were like 25% in shooting in the first half. And you know how we love that. But that takes us into halftime. We were getting great looks offensively. Defense, our D was playing awesome. We had some awesome transition opportunities. We made some huge stops. Maggie T with some big saves and great clears. All of you guys together were great. And then it brings us into the second half. So who remembers anything about the second half, how it started out when we came out tied 5-5 to open up the second half?
I don't remember, but I remember.
This game, we almost didn't get let back in. Hold on, Kenneth. We didn't have our credential. We almost didn't get allowed back on the field for the second game.
Yeah, we came out of the locker room at halftime, and they were like, "You don't have credentials. You can't come on the field." We're like, "We coach them," and the guy was like, "You can't." Yeah. We were like, "Oh, well, this will be tough." Maybe we should play, Ben. Maybe we should play a little bit of that.
And it's Maryland that comes away. Colson, 25 in white for Maryland, takes the opening draw to begin the second half. Stukenberg, quick feed in front. There's a shot by Whittle. Just 9 seconds after the drop.
I do not remember it starting like that.
I don't either.
You forgot.
Nothing.
That was awesome. We started both the halves the same way.
Meg, I felt like that was your celebration. Every time was just 2 hands up, just that quick little jump.
Heck yeah. I wasn't having a good shooting day in the first half, and one of them finally fell. Great moment.
We hadn't scored in like 16 minutes.
I remember.
Zoe, I think you forgot something there, bud. Am I gonna get beat?
No, this is a good. It's a good 9 minutes.
Oh, you cropped out a good second.
Is this cut or is this just the first 9 minutes of the second half?
Just 9 minutes.
It's the first 5-0 run to start second half.
It's not cut.
And I'm gonna need you to cut out that draw.
Well, and Zoe, you were face guarded most of the game too. So that was awesome to see what you do when you can create and get the ball on your stick.
I'm surprised none of you have talked about how thick the field was.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's what made my legs so tired. It was
It
was
like
pretty horrendous.
They ripped up the turf after the Patriots played on it for a week during their preseason, and they re-put it down, but they let us and the men play on it.
Yep.
Our calf cramps.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive set.
I know. Good stick, Lizzie.
I know. Lizzie.
God, that's a left hand.
I remember Lizzie being lights out this Final Four.
Well, remember cheating?
So many draw controls.
And
remember Lizzie?
so
Alex
bad.
McKay got hurt, and Lizzie stepped in, and her first game she started was Penn State.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I
she
remember
was
that.
incredible.
Do you remember
Incredible.
that catch that she made like at midfield? I'll literally never forget it. Like one-handed over the shoulder.
Yeah, well, it started a transition goal, ended in, I think you ended up scoring in it.
Oh.
Good job,
Yep.
Steele.
Good job. I watched that play twice today because it was so good.
It's so good.
This was good too.
Lefty rip.
I don't know about rip there.
And a goal is a goal, baby. A goal is a goal.
Hair on fleek, Steele. Braids look good.
Thanks.
Look so young. You look like Patty, to be honest.
Dad, he's like skipping.
So we didn't score for 16.
3 for
Oh, dang, rest of the
17.
team 3 for 17. Not a great
All
stat.
right. I don't
Do
like
they
that.
have to put that there?
That.
17?
Oops.
All right, Cal.
Oh, yep, missed that one.
And Morgan, this is where you start running fast because you've already been hit in the face. And then you started running fast after you got hit in the face.
Well, literally the last 5 seconds of the first half was when I got hit. Nobody
Yeah.
saw me, and I just dropped my stick because I was bleeding right out. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here goes Morgan.
Go, Morgie.
Yeah, run it back.
Look at her go.
Yeah. We were like, oh, thank goodness.
We're like, we always knew she could run that fast.
Biker shorts, Jen.
Meg D, you had some biker shorts going too, or one biker short.
I had them, but my brace covered it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was lucky.
It was the new style this year.
This was good. This one was hard to see, but that was so good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I thought Jen scored.
Yeah, me too.
Who scored? Yeah.
It's getting really choppy now.
The
Jenny
alum
P drives and
love
hits
seeing
the post, and Steele picks up the rebound. And of course, dives and shoots.
Steele, I think you were on the ground more than
Both shots Steele's made are on the ground.
I mean, if it doesn't go in, then I get the call, right, Candace?
Yeah, you got it.
Everyone's just
Safe.
laying on the ground.
Just
Isn't Danny Brady
in the stands
in college
and
now?
committed?
she's
No,
gonna be a
she's coming to
freshman, I
Maryland.
think.
I filmed that today and sent it to her.
That's so fun.
This next one is really fun. This next goal.
I'm excited.
It's getting awfully choppy.
Look at those cleats.
I know, I really like those uniforms too.
So much Maryland pride.
Remember when someone asked if we all switched shoes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, no, buddy, they come as a set. Sorry.
Nadine, I'm pretty sure it was Florida players.
Oh, probably.
It's so funny to watch us like stand still when the whistle gets blown. That's so different.
That was hard when I watched this it's like completely different rules than we play with now.
And the draw, everyone running in.
Yep.
And we didn't have a shot clock then, did we?
We did.
We did.
Yeah. Oh, no one picked up Jenny G.
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
That was nice.
Oh, Taylor, that's a picture.
That was a picture.
Our hugs were so good that game.
Look at Diesel, Mercer's brother.
Hugs were good until me and Steele tried to hug that one time.
Oh yeah, the flying hug right past you.
You missed me. And so I had to just jump up and down by myself for about 30 seconds.
I jumped so high though. That picture looks great.
What a good set.
Looks great in slow-mo.
Great finish.
Nice fake, Jenny.
Yeah, what do you know? Another bounce shot.
Stick to what works, Jen.
Oh, Kat looks excited.
Yeah, it was an awesome way. I mean, look at that, 4 minutes, you guys. We scored 4 goals in 4 minutes. That was a great way to start the second half. I just felt like I don't know, looking back on it, came out with such a good energy. Everyone was attacking hard and not playing afraid or hesitant at that point. And that was great to see. And yeah, our shots weren't falling in the first half, but good things can happen when you keep going.
Oh, look at you running by everyone. You speed demon.
That's it. The slow-mo really helps me out because everyone's leveled out. We're all slow. Thank you, Ben. Ow.
Jenny.
Like, why am I wearing those shorts?
Whatever it takes.
You got it, Zoe.
And the free position placement. Look at the people down low. That's so weird.
And no one on ball because no one was standing
No
there.
one's on ball.
And that girl running in the shooting space.
Oh, hugs.
Shelby.
The people
Straight
going.
hands up.
I know if we you have to play the clip where Barry rips the trophy out of that lady's hand and runs onto the field before the game's even over. Like,
Casey or Casey face planting. I have so many pictures of it.
Yeah. Like
Casey
the game, I have no memory of, but the celebration, it's clear as day.
And Barry
Let's
barely
talk
making
about
it
that.
all the way to the 8-meter because the trophy was so heavy.
Let's talk about the celebrations. Like, what do you guys remember after it when the game started to wind down? Maybe the final seconds on the clock, maybe some last plays. What was going through your head? What was that kind of feeling like?
When you got fouled, and you actually sort of threw a Stony Brook pass, like straight up in the air.
I remember launching it again.
Yeah. Learned that well in the Stony Brook game. At least it wasn't at a critical
Already
time.
starting.
Steel, look, Richie's wide open, Steel's wide open.
Everybody is open.
Oh, he's wide open.
I'm just gonna chuck it.
She
She chucked it back.
Mary.
Oh, where's Casey?
Right
there.
Oh
my
God.
God.
Behind.
I remember my hug with Theo and then jumping to get the trophy. Oh, such a great moment.
I think I was crying. And there's photos of it. And the Band-Aids coming off my face. I am like,
I just remember being on the bottom of that, being like, okay, someone move.
Yeah, I think I was on top of Big J and you squeezed my face and then
I remember not even being in that crowd because I think I was crying. I was like,
I can see you in the back, Callie.
I didn't even touch the trophy. I didn't even do it.
Really? That was me too. I didn't touch it either.
Towards the end of the game, I think I was already in tears, so I was just so happy. And when I rewatched the end of it, I was prancing around when people were scoring. I was jumping around.
Callie, I think you cried from a minute left in the game, through winning, through the celebration, into the locker room, onto the bus. Callie she was like, I'm just so happy.
And then when I saw my mom and dad, I lost even. My sister has the worst picture of me. It's a happy cry. I'm smiling, but I'm crying. And I was I could not stop. I was like, why am I crying? I don't even know why I'm crying.
Okay, so celebration. We love when Barry ripped the trophy out and started running. Morgan got to go in and get some new stitches. Callie cried the entire time. What else do we have? Casey falls on her face.
Yep.
And she scraped her whole leg. I didn't even get in the game yet. I fall and
got turf recovered from
Scrape my knees.
She's got a celebration win. So then that was, it was kind of interesting there too, because we were hustled off the field pretty quickly, right? So that was, everything kind of moved on to the locker room and then to the parking lot. And they brought the goal up to the parking lot, didn't they, for us to cut there?
Yeah.
But it was a cool environment. You know, you're outside, there's so many lacrosse stuff and everything. And we did venture home, and then the men got to play the next day and won the championship too. So kind of a cool weekend to celebrate Maryland lacrosse.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Best weekend of my life.
Yeah, I remember after that game just feeling like it like set in how special of a group we had that year. You know, because like you're in it and you're like playing games and whatever, and then all of a sudden it's all over and you look around and you're like, wow, this was like truly incredible, and these people, like, this is exactly who I want to be doing this with.
And I remember hugging you on the field, Zoe, and you were like, did we just go undefeated? Like, it was like total shock. And it was kind of, because it wasn't a thing we ever talked about. Like, we had that one moment after the regular season, but we never really talked about it. And I remember winning and you being like, we just didn't lose a game. And we kind of were all like, wow, yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, I was like, you owe me a new pair of joggers.
And
my jacket. Zoe.
And our swacket.
Got those after the Florida game.
Yeah. And then and a jacket. I do
And the
remember
swacket.
that.
Yep.
I was so happy. I still have it hanging in my closet.
We still talk about the swacket.
We do. We miss the
swacket. But we said it was it was worth a national championship.
You appreciate it. No, it was just, it was so special. It was like, like you're going through finals and practice and you went traveling, and then all of a sudden I was like, I swear we were just in college, and then for the seniors too, it was like, it's all over. Like, lacrosse is over, school's over. Like, what a way to finish. It was incredible.
I feel like it didn't set in that it was like over though until about a week later. Like, I think that day I was just so happy and so excited. Like, I didn't even think about not playing lacrosse again. Like, didn't even think about not going back to another practice. Like, that didn't even cross my mind. It was just like, all right, time to celebrate with the 30 people next to me, and let's enjoy the rest of the time together.
And then just top it off with a little towards in, just a little sprinkle.
Oh my God, that was so fun. Yeah.
That was another fun night. That whole week was just
that whole year. I feel like just wasn't.
It was like a
it was.
I got bunnies.
It's pretty cool to sit
Oh yeah,
here.
we got haircuts. We had celebratory haircuts.
Yep.
How could we forget?
Yeah.
Looking at all of you guys here, every single person on the screen won at least 2 national championships. And, you know, we're spending the time talking about the 2017 team and journey. And every year that you guys were in school is a different one, right? Like, your team was different. The makeup was different. Your competition was different. Your wins, your losses, whatever it may be. We're all different. And the things you experience off the field were as well. But to talk about and kind of recap this 2017 journey, if you had one word that you could use to describe this team, what word would it be?
Amazing.
The best.
Unforgettable.
On what?
Unforgettable.
Forgettable.
I would say that, but we forgot a lot of details going back.
We remember the big stuff. Kathy always says you won't ever remember who scores the goals or any of that. Wasn't that long ago.
That is
you were
facts.
crying about it.
Every memory.
I know. I think I'm still crying because you
about it.
Right? Like, you don't remember. You have to be shown who scored and who made interceptions and who threw the ball to the sky. Like, you don't remember any of that, but you guys look at what you're talking about. Your week is celebrations. You're talking about the funny moments and stuff that happen off the field, but the smiles on all of your faces, it make me smile sitting here too, even though we're on a Zoom call, just to celebrate your all awesomeness and your greatness, and how what you accomplished as lacrosse players is something to truly be celebrated.